Capricorn, hello there, my beautiful friends. We're going to do your general tarot reading for mid-March 2025. Thank you so much for joining me today. You know, I appreciate each and every single one of you. So let's get right down to business as always and start you off with an oracle card here, just so we could dip our toes in the energy and see what's happening for the lovely Cappies. Hope you're all doing fabulous and fantastic, my friends. Let's get it going here. My guide, spirit team, talk to me. What do we got for the Capricorn collective in mid-March? Please, what energies, messages, insights can we take a little peek at? And yeah, we're just going to take a real quick look at this first card, then we'll get into the full reading itself. At the very end, I'll pull you a bonus card from the Shadowland Tarot, just to see what might be in the shadows or what shadow work you can lean into, which is always interesting. But let's get it going here. Let's rock and see what we got for the Cappies. Please and thank you. Let's get this first card out nice and quick. What's the energy? What's the vibe for my good friends here in mid-March? Please, it's a lovely time of year. I do say so myself. I'm feeling quite festive. But yeah, all right. I like this card. To me, it's usually a big picture thinking type of card, and it's interwoven with like beautiful spiritual protection. But to me, it's not, we're not just looking at this week or next week in regards to energy. It could be like the whole ball of wax, which could be good, especially if you have like long-term goals or aspirations. But before we fully dive into that, if you're new here, I'll be speaking about the March subscriber surprise towards the end, so you might want to check that out. And also, if you could kindly illuminate that like button by tapping it right on its third eye, you know, I'd greatly appreciate it. But enough of the promo, into the reading. Let's talk more in depth about this card. So as you can see here with the imagery, we have this individual, they're wearing red, and there's these white birds, beautiful etheric sky looking background behind them. And in divination and tarot and any sort of symbolism, white birds do represent love and light types of energies, whether it be angelic, guides, ancestors, spirit team. And notice that they're holding this person up by ropes and guiding them on their path. So first and foremost, for a lot of Cappies, this could just be a show of spiritual protection. Spirit saying like, hey, we're with you, we're helping you, we're guiding you, you're not alone, which is a beautiful thing whenever this card shows up, and I really do like it. But to me, this card kind of encapsulates the journey of life, right? There's like some mystery going on. This person doesn't know where they're headed. Similar to the Fool, they're kind of like taking a leap of faith. So for some Capricorns, it might be a good thing to plan for long-term things in this time. Things you might be going through right now could have a pretty big effect long-term. Whether it's good, bad, or indifferent, we'll have to see. But I just love the protective aspect of this card. I feel like it's really nice. It's really reassuring. So we're just going to put it down right there. I mean, some of you might be going on literal journeys, right? You might be traveling around, but we're going to let him keep doing his thing. Let's get into tarot. And yeah, I always say that first card here, it doesn't make or break the reading. It's just a little footnote. So let's get you 3 tarot cards in the upright. Then we'll get into that intuitive juiciness. Shuffle it up one time here for the beautiful Cappies. What do we got going on? And while we get the deck shuffled up and ready to go, let's talk about last week's reading. There was a lot of strategy and planning involved in your reading last week. The reading was titled They Are Planning. So whether it's spirit telling you like, hey, you might need to take a strategic approach to something, very much step by step by step. Big thing I've been getting across the whole zodiac is like, watch out for spontaneity, but there could easily be someone you're connected to that's in the strategizing phase of something. So we're going to see what shows up for you this week. As you know, energy is very fluid, never set in stone. So only take this how it hits for you, because we could be seeing your vibe or someone that you're linked to, right? Let's get it going. 3 cards here to start us off for the Cappies in mid-March. What is going on? You. All right, 7 of Pentacles. So we do have some karmic archetypes showing up here. Seven of Pentacles, a very patient card, usually. I mean, of course, it has its downside. Every card has positives and challenges. You know, I always say that, and we'll cover both. I usually like to start a spread with an action card, so we're going to have to see if that's a good thing. But 7 of Pentacles has a lot of layers to it, if that makes sense. Let's get a couple more here. What do we got for the Cappies? Thank you. Okay, I mean, a lot of Pentacles, this energy could be your comfort zone, which might be nice to hear. I love this Page of Pentacles in the center. That's one of your power cards right there. A lot of themes that show up with that page. Let's get one more here. What do we got for the Cappies? All right, 2 of Swords. So we do have a little bit of mystery happening. So I like the little mixture of stuff we got going on here. It's different, that's for sure. Definitely from what I've been seeing for the fire and air signs. But let's go through. I'll give you some of the classical meanings and archetypes. Then we'll get into that juicy, intuitive stuff. But at first glance, I was already giving you a little information as the cards were popping out. Obviously, I always look at the elements first because it gives me a lot of clues, like what areas of life could be very important or the way energy could be moving for you. And obviously we have a ton of pentacles, which is earth. That's your element. That's your comfort zone. So it feels like it could be good for a lot of you. It can focus on work, money, finances, the material aspects of world, like home and family, property, you name it. We do have swords here on the back, which is the total opposite of the earth. Whereas like the earth energy is like slow moving. It's dependable. It has structure to it. The swords, that's air. It's always swirling, it's always moving, it's fast, it's flighty. And yeah, this is a mysterious card here on the back end, so it's an interesting mixture. Swords represent communication, but also one's mind. So we have a few things to look at. Let's go through piece by piece and really start to build this out. So position number one, our good friend here chilling out. We have the Seven of Pentacles, and you see that individual, they're standing right next to that bush, waiting patiently. So for some Capricorns, maybe there is a process you're going through. Maybe you're in a wait and see position of some kind. This could be somebody else. It's like, oh, I'm waiting. This is really good because it could represent things paying off for you. I do think this is a card of a long awaited win of some sort, where it's like, all right, well, you paid your dues, you waited long enough, you put the effort in, now it just needs to bloom. So this can be a really good energy. But there are challenges. Like I mentioned a little earlier, the Seven of Pentacles could represent delays. It could represent impatience. So for some of you, there might be certain situations where it's like, oh, I've had it up to here. It's not really moving, right? You see this individual, they're just like hanging out there. Now, this is also a big karmic card. I say it whenever it shows up, so that's important to keep in mind. This is a card of reaping what you sow. What you put forth, you get back in return. So whether it's somebody catching a piece of karma, whether it's a karmic cycle, a karmic situation, we'll just have to see. So you see what I mean? There's a lot of layers, and we're not even getting into the aspect of like nature and gardening and stuff like that. Now, moving into the center, we have the beautiful Page of Pentacles. Again, this is a very good card for a Capricorn reading. It could represent new things, new ventures, new jobs, new opportunities, new individuals. Pages are students, especially this one. So now's a great time to take on new information. If there are things that are piquing your interest, it's like, yeah, let me absorb that. Let me learn about that. So huge card of learning when this is here, but it's also communication. When we see pages, they're all communicators, they're all speakers, they're all talkers. Now, aside from those aspects, this is a good fresh energy, but the downside to pages is they're not locked in, they're not guaranteed just yet. So there could be certain situations where it's like, oh, this might have potential, but it's not quite locked in for whatever reason. We'll want to look at this further to see if it's a communication or something else for sure. Or I don't want to say a waste. I'm definitely not saying that with the page. And since you are an earth sign, the clarifier could just tell us something that's coming towards you, or even a way you might be feeling. Now, moving to the back end, we have the Two of Swords. I like this card. It does get a bad rap sometimes. Now, classically, this card could represent indecision. It could represent confusion. I always say this is one of my biggest cards of mystery. We see that person there, they're hoodwinked, they're blindfolded. It's nighttime out, there's a moon, so there's a lot of shadows and mystery possibly surrounding something here. Now, all twos can represent partnerships or being at a crossroads. So there could be certain situations where it's like, all right, well, you might have to go left or right here. You might have to choose how you're going to handle something when the Two of Swords is in the mix. But I also like to just put the blanket message on here. It could just be something unexpected. It could be something surprising. So we'll have to see, because this energy here in the front, it seems pretty cool. It seems pretty predictable. But then this could be a possible curveball. That's the case. So, I mean, that could be the case. I'm not saying that's a definite. Now, another thing about twos, they also represent a fresh, new energy. So it's interesting that we have a page and a two, because it's like, all right, this energy seems pretty new. It could be good. I want to dive deeper on all the Cappy. Let's do it. Let's jump in and clarify. All right. Let's get a good shuffle here for you, my friends. What is happening for the Cappies, please? And yes, this is where I go intuitive with the message, which means I just tell you how it feels to me. So feel free to do further research or rely on your base knowledge of tarot, because as you know, every single reading is about the reader's interpretation, and I'm just giving you mine. Let's go in on that Seven of Pentacles. Oh, and yes, if you're a reader yourself, please feel free to play along. That's why the box is here. If you're feeling any messages you want to give to the Cappies, you could drop it in the comments. I don't mind at all. Okay, Seven of Pentacles time. Why is it here? What's this waiting about for the Capricorns, please? Okay, King of Swords in reverse. This is the complete and total opposite energy of what we had last week. So whereas last week I was getting this real strategic, like, yeah, we got to plan this, we got to make it happen. The King of Swords in reverse is like, you know what, I'm just not going to put energy into something. Now, if you're connected to an air sign, watch out, there might be some choppy energies. That's Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. But usually the King of Swords is like straightforward, very serious, very stern, extremely strategic. Notice that he's not really doing nothing in reverse. I mean, sometimes it represents someone being angry, mean. We'll see if any of those themes show up within the reading itself. But the fact that we have the Seven of Pentacles and the King of Swords in reverse, it's like, yeah, I'm just going to chill here for a minute. I'm just going to wait here. So, like, I'm still getting this energy of, like, either something feeling a little stuck, possibly. So it could represent a situation or a problem that feels ingrained. So hopefully you're not going through anything like that. Or it's just someone saying, like, you know, I'm just chilling, or I'm just going to chill here. It's like, I'm not making action. I'm not doing this. I'm not doing that. I'm just going to let it be. That's like the big energy I pick up here in the front end. So I know not the wildest message. We're going to see, because pages do represent action. We could see how the energy is going to change. But I mean, at first glance here with this energy in the front, it's like, yeah, I'm not going to do that. Not going to do much. The energy just seems to be chilling. Okay, so let's keep moving. I mean, hopefully, no, I don't feel like this is somebody giving up on something. It's just like, I'm just here. I'm here. Let's keep going. Let's see what that Page of Pentacles has. I don't feel like we need to overcomplicate that. So why is the Page of Pentacles here? I mean, and for some of you, there could be a situation where it's like, all right, well, you've done what you could do. You set it in motion. Now it's like, we got to wait and see. Just got to wait and see how it goes now. So let's go in on that page. So an interesting mixture of stuff there. So what's up with the Page of Pentacles, please? Why is it in the mix? Where's that page? Thank you. Okay. All right. So when I see the Six of Cups showing up in reverse, that's one of my biggest indicators of someone or something returning in a big way. I mean, and with all that's going on astrologically, this makes complete and total sense. Not saying it's definitely going to happen for every single one of you, but when I see the Page of Pentacles and the Six of Cups in reverse, it's like a blast from the past of some kind. So whether that be a situation, whether that be a person, that's like very simple, straightforward. Now, for another small piece of you, this message goes a whole complete different trajectory here, because with the Page of Pentacles speaking and talking and sharing, when I see the Six of Cups in reverse, it's like, I need to get something off my chest. I need to process something. So now is a great time to really heal from things, especially if you're going through a difficult time. It could be Spirit saying, like, listen, if you get it off your chest, you're going to feel better. If you talk to somebody about it, you're going to feel much better. I know that message is like way out of nowhere, but that's the secondary message I'm picking up here in the center. So we do have the communicating, we have the conversating. We still need to see what's going on with that Two of Swords. But when I see this all like bunched together, especially with this energy not doing much in the front, it could be a surprising or unexpected return of something or someone. Okay, so that's just a big vibe. And for another portion of you, if you are healing from something right now, getting those bad memories off your chest could be big. Now, the Six of Cups can represent soul ties, soul connections. To me, it's one of the biggest cards of history. Okay, so when we see it in reverse, it's looping back. It's looping back. Either that or just getting something off your chest, making you feel better. So we're going to keep moving. We're going to keep moving. Very simple, straightforward. And I like when I get that type of vibe, especially in the Capricorn readings. To me, it's like what you see is what you get. The energy is very straightforward. I appreciate that. Let's keep moving over to the Two of Swords. We'll see what shows up. Then we'll do a quick little recap here. So, I mean, yeah, keep your eyes peeled. I mean, because there could be various things looping back and returning. So let's see what the Two of Swords has for you. Why is it here for the Cappies? Then we'll do our recap before the shadow. So why is the two here? Why is it here? Temperance in reverse. Okay. So it's a chill energy. I mean, I think this is something that's definitely going to make you happy here in the end for one reason or another. Now, Temperance does connect to Sagittarius. If you're connected to Sagittarius, this could just be them showing up. And I said this for a couple other signs recently, like the best course of action might be no action. So it's like, all right, well, if this energy comes in, Sure, go with it. To me, there's a strong energy specifically here on the back end and the front about not forcing anything. If it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, it doesn't. And you have very strong indicators of spirit being with you and spiritual protection. That's all over the place. So even if you can't see it, even if it's out of sight, Archangel Michael's chilling right here, which is a really beautiful thing. Now, this card has a lot of similarities to the Seven of Pentacles right there in the front. It's patient, it's waiting. This is great if you're trying to work on certain aspects of yourself, like fixing certain thought processes or mindsets or even habits. This is a great card to have. But there could be a good outcome for you as long as you're not forcing things. That's like super important. So whether an energy does loop back around, if you have an opportunity to get certain things off your chest, it's all about what roads spirit opens for you in this time. And yeah, I've seen this for a few other signs this week where it's like, all right, sometimes it's a time for action. Sometimes it's a time to really push your agenda and push things forward. These energies on the sides, it's like whatever comes to you, comes to you. If it's meant to be, it'll come your way. It's like attract as opposed to chase, and don't force anything. Super important. So let's go through and do a quick recap here, then we'll get into the shadow card. I would say overall, the energy feels okay to me. There's nothing that's really concerning to me. I'm not seeing any big warnings here, but if you kindly look in the box, position number 1, we have the Seven of Pentacles and the King of Swords in reverse. It's like, all right, well, we had a lot of strategy and planning last week. This energy is not really doing much. So it's like, yeah, I'm here. I'm just doing the thing. So there could be various situations where you might just be waiting on some results, or you might be waiting to hear back from something. Very possible here in the front. And I also got this vibe of like, I've done what I can do, and it is what it is. Watch out for somebody that might be a little grumpy too. Moving to the center, we have the Page of Pentacles, the talking, the speaking, with the Six of Cups in reverse. So I did say this could be various different types of things swooping back around, makes sense with what's going on astrologically. So whether it's situations or people, could be a surprising or unexpected return coming in, or just something that you have to touch base on again. I don't necessarily feel like it's a bad thing, no. So, and for another portion of you, getting something off your chest. So whether it's something you've been holding in for years or days, it's like, all right, getting it off my chest is a good thing. We're speaking about it to someone. Moving to the back end, we have the Two of Swords with Temperance in the upright. So again, chill. Sometimes the best course of action is to not chase things, not force things, whether it's work, career, business, personal, family. It's like, don't force it. Attract, don't chase, or just whatever will be, will be. It's like giving me that vibe. And listen, I'm an Aries. I'm a cardinal sign as well. I know Aries and Capricorn love to make moves and take action, but this energy here says, just chill for a minute, just relax. So just attract things, and please take a screenshot if you want to look at it further. Let's see what's in the shadows. And yes, I always like to pull one shadow card here at the very end just to see whether it's something within you or something you don't quite see. Shadow cards don't always have to be a challenge. They could be a good thing too. Let's shuffle it up and get you one here. The deck is misbehaving. Oh, and yes, if you made it to this point in the reading, please feel free to check out channel memberships. I'll put a link for it in the comments below. It's a beautiful way to support the channel, and I have much love for all my channel members. Okay, let's get this shadow card out. What do we got for the Cappies, please? Nice and quick. Nice and quick. There it is. All right, Queen of Pentacles, another one of your power cards. So I do like this in the shadows specifically for you. Now, if this was somebody else, I mean, I guess it kind of fits with what we see here on the extreme ends of the spread. The Queen of Pentacles is sturdy, abundant, filled with blessings. I really like her. She reminds me of the Empress. So it's just super fertile and filled with potential. But the downside of her, the shadow side of her, it can be a little stubborn, and it could be an energy that's not really moving. So with all the energy we saw this week and her in the shadows, yeah, there might be certain things that might not seem like much is changing. It might not seem like much is moving. But really underneath the surface, there could be things starting to bubble up. That's for sure, especially with her as a shadow card. And this could be Spirit really asking, not telling you, but saying like, hey, maybe be a little more flexible in your outlook with something. That could be possible shadow here. So yeah, Capricorn, that's what I have for you this week, my beautiful friends. Don't click away just yet, though. I'm going to give you the details of the March subscriber surprise. If you would like to book a personal reading with me and get a little glimpse into whatever situations you're dealing with, you can check out my digital calendar on my website, mastermetaphysics.com. The March schedule is up and live, but for the March subscriber surprise, giving away 3 copies of one of my most favorite decks, the Everyday Witches Tarot. So if you'd like to get your name in for this, it's 2 simple things as always, my friends. First, you must be subscribed, and second, let me know down in the comments, where in this beautiful big world are you from? I'll go first. I'm from New Jersey, and you could just put it down in the comments and you'll be entered to win. And at the end of the month, the winners will be announced in my community tab. As always, my friends, much love, and I'll talk to you soon.